Hey YouTube, the Nintendo NX has been unveiled and it is called the Nintendo Switch. Now, I just watched the trailer a couple of times, I took a few notes. Here are my initial thoughts right off the bat. Okay, it's called a Nintendo Switch. It looks like it's a mobile unit with controllers that can be attached to play when they're right on the screen, or detached and still communicating with the console, so you can play it that way. Also, the detachable controller is attached to a middle piece to make for a wider controller that you can hold in your hands more comfortably when you're at home. They also showed like a Pro style controller as well, in case you don't like the detachables connected to the other guy, and then you can just leave those on the screen at all times. The screen drops into a dock at home, and that's how it communicates with the TV. That dock itself is going to be an item of speculation, because I can't tell if it's doing anything other than sending the signal to the TV. There were a couple of outputs on it. It looked like you could plug it into an electrical outlet. It looked like you could have a couple USB ports or a couple of HDMI ports. I couldn't quite tell what those were. Is it doing any computing itself and upscaling the games to a higher resolution or better frame rate? Not sure. Breath of the Wild on the go. So in the trailer he was playing Breath of the Wild, and then when he took it on the go, it wasn't like a dumbed down mobile version of the game. It just looked like it was the full game, which is great news. They showed Mario Kart. They showed 2 players on the go, right? So there was one screen, and each person had half of those detachable controllers, right? Each of them had one of the detachable controllers, and they were playing as 2 players, so they can communicate to 2 different, control 2 different players at the same time. Let's see. Each controller can be used separate. Multiple devices can be used to play one competitive game. So when they're playing the basketball game, they've got 2 screens facing opposite directions, and they're each playing each other in basketball, it looks like. They showed a full 3D Mario footage I don't recognize. That's exciting. I don't know if that's going to be a launch title or if it's coming later in the year, perhaps. They also showed Splatoon, and there was a disclaimer at the end that said, game footage not final, graphics and features are subject to change. So take everything with a grain of salt. Doc showed 2 outputs on the sides. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was USB or HDMI. There's a kickstand on the screen, there's a headphone jack. They showed a guy on the airplane playing with 2 separate controllers, sort of separate in his hands, like the Wii Mote and the Nunchuck. I thought that was interesting that you didn't have to connect them. It uses cartridges, okay, and those mount into the top of the screen unit, little cartridges, maybe approximately DS sized. Looks like the home unit is a little more than a dock, but it could have additional computing power. Yeah, not sure. Maybe the games are 480 or 720 on the go, 30 frames a second. Maybe it's 1080p with 60 frames a second at home. Not sure how that all works. Screen/mobile unit has a small border / frame. It looks to be approximately the size of the Wii U controller screen, but maybe the bulky plastic part around it is quite a bit smaller. Seems very compact to hold at least Wii U level hardware, right? So that's impressive on its own. If it's even more powerful than Wii U, then we're looking at either poor battery life or expensive or both, and probably also pretty heavy. What we might be looking at here is basically a $400 Wii U all packed into something smaller the size of the Wii U controller. It might be about as powerful or just a little bit more powerful, but totally portable, and that's the huge difference. So I'm guessing that what they're going to justify the price on is how fun it is to play. That's always Nintendo's thing, right? You can play with one other person, you can play with a bunch of other people. The controllers are versatile, the thing is portable. It feels like a very Japanese-friendly console to me. Personally, I'm excited. They confirmed March 2017 in the trailer, but we don't have a date, we don't have a time, we don't have launch titles lined up or confirmed other than Breath of the Wild. So it's an interesting time to be a Nintendo fan. I don't know what it's all going to turn into, but Nintendo Switch, it's exciting. Thank you, Nintendo, for finally giving us some information. And yeah, stay tuned to the basement for more thoughts and reactions and updates as Nintendo news occurs. See you guys later. Bye.